Ruslan.
Have to stop and pause, acknowledge that for the first time in, goodness gracious, it's been 106 years. For the first time in 106 years, the Armenian genocide by the Turks has been recognized by America. Joe Biden officially recognized the Ottoman genocide. That's brought a sense of vindication to Armenians. If you guys don't know, I am an Armenian. My dad's Armenian. We grew up in Azerbaijan, Baku, and we actually took on Azerbaijani names because of some of this tension. And the fact that they finally recognized this genocide where over 1 million Armenians were killed by the Turks is incredible. For the longest, it's been dismissed as just a massacre, a tragic event, casualties of war. The numbers have been downplayed. Most historians agree and believe that this was, by intents and purposes, a genocide. America recognized it as a genocide. I don't care what your political affiliations are. As you guys know, I am politically agnostic, but you gotta give Joe Biden credit. Why? Because he said this was gonna be a policy to him. This already got passed under Trump, and he didn't sign the bill to recognize it as a genocide. This was promised by Obama. He didn't do it, and they signed it. Biden signed it. This is a big deal. Why is it a big deal? Well, first of all, he's willing to stand up and say, I know Turkey is a huge ally in the Middle East, just Turkey, Armenia, Azerbaijan. I'm Armenian, but I was brought up in Azerbaijan. So they would say they're like two regions, one nation almost, right? And I've covered some of the tension going on in Azerbaijan and the autonomous zone. Anyway, so this is a big deal. One, because he stands up and he says, listen, I know that Turkey is our ally in that area, American, we have bases there, and he's willing to stand up and still do what's right, still acknowledge history. That's huge. Two, the reason why Turkey is upset, and they are upset, by the way, don't get it twisted. The Financial Times reported that U.S.-Turkish relations at new low over Armenian genocide, says Erdogan. That's the leader of Turkey. And so this is not good for diplomatic relations, but he acknowledged it, and that's big. Now, why is this important? Why is it important that it's recognized as a genocide and not just as a massacre, and not just as a tragic event? Because it potentially holds Turkey liable and could potentially set up Armenians for reparations for that war, similar to what we saw the Jewish people get for the reparations after World War II and Hitler. And by the way, Hitler was inspired by the genocide against Armenians. Some of you guys don't know that. Hitler's whole logic behind it was, well, who remembers the Armenians? Well, 106 years later, on the anniversary, this was recognized. So this is big. I was born in Azerbaijan, Baku. And by the way, just to give you guys some context, Azerbaijan put together these wild dead soldier theme parks. It was trending on Twitter. And again, Azerbaijan and Turkey of Armenia. There's this little zone called the Karabakh zone. There's been tons of fighting there. This is what happened. They put together a freaking theme park, helmets of dead Armenian soldiers. And this is the kind of stuff they had their kids do, guys. Like, this is wild that this is kids choking like a caricature of an Armenian soldier. And it's really sad that this is how deep the tension goes. Look at this. Like the cliche nose, the kids, they put together a park, how Azerbaijan killed Armenians in this Karabakh zone and built a military trophies park. This is nuts. This is insane. This is where I was born. Okay, this is why me and my family came out here as refugees. These are some wild pictures. The cliche nature of this, these soldiers being dead, this dude walking through helmets of dead soldiers. Look this up. If you think it's bad in America, look this stuff up. And by the way, me talking about this is not in my best interest, because at some point I would love to go back to Baku and go back to the city I was born. I could kind of do it because I have an Azerbaijani name. Karaglanov is my last name. That's not a typical Armenian name. We changed our name because we were Armenians in Azerbaijan, and we had to multiple generations ago. So at some point, I really do want to go back to Armenia. But even me speaking out about this stuff and celebrating the fact that this genocide was recognized and that it could potentially set the Armenian people for some degree of justice, it could hurt me long term in this region if I ever want to go back. So I wanted to highlight this. I know some of you guys are like all over the place politically. I think this is something that President Biden said he was going to do. He did. Guys like Patrick Bet-David from Valuetainment covered it, gave him respect. I wanted to give you guys my 2 cents. Hopefully this is bringing you some awareness. If you want to know more about my story, literally look up the Azerbaijani and Turkey-Armenian conflict. It goes back over 100 years, and it's been really wild. It flared up a couple months ago. It's finally recognized, and it's probably going to get worse, and it could create some complications for America and Turkey, our bases right there in the Middle East. It's a messy situation, man. So respect to Biden for doing this. He didn't have to do this. No other president has done this. Respect to him. Wild stuff. This whole Dead Soldiers Park, wild, grim stuff. So I wanted to bring that to you guys' attention just so that you guys know what's going on in other parts of the world, and maybe get a little bit of insight about my actual story, why I'm in America, how this all came together. And it's because of this conflict going all the way back 106 years to the Ottoman genocide against Armenian people. My Armenian people, I'm half Armenian. My mother's adopted. She was culturally raised Armenian. We don't know what her ethnicity is. But listen, if you enjoyed this video, do me a solid and give it a thumbs up, please. It would help a lot with the YouTube algorithm. It costs you nothing. It's a win-win when you do that. You tell YouTube you like this video, YouTube pushes it up. The algorithm, if you aren't subscribed, look down, make sure you're subscribed, turn the bell notification on. 51% of people who watch this channel are not subscribed. It would help me a ton out if you did. And if you want to partner with what we're doing, consider joining our Patreon community, the illest online community in the entire universe. We do Zoom calls or become a channel member. So thank you guys so much for watching this. I greatly appreciate you guys, all right? Peace.
Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
Yeah. I saw my mama smile through the silhouette. Sunshine and all. But she don't know that I still feel like we ain't made it yet. No, I ain't lying at all. I remember walking back from grocery stores and she would carry me sore. Muscles didn't mean a thing. We just had to see this thing.